What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is your review for Put a Ring on It season 2 episode 3. So this is the episode where they're going to go on dates at the same place at the same time, and just to add a little extra drama to it, child. That's really all it is. I mean, of course, Dr. Nicole gave her psychoanalysis that it's about trust and creating that environment and making sure that you can stay focused on what you're supposed to stay focused on, even though your significant other is on the other side of the restaurant having a whole date with another person. Like, you know. So we start off. We have Eric and Jessica. Now Eric seems to be a whole lot cooler with this situation. Maybe because he's going on a date at the same time and in the same place, and he doesn't have to necessarily worry about, like you're gonna be sitting there, you're gonna see what's going on. But he was a lot cooler. He ain't slammed no doors in nobody's face. He didn't make no little passive aggressive nasty comments. He was very much very, respectful. Hey, bruh, how you doing? Take care of her. That kind of thing. And I think Jessica was a little disappointed. I think Jessica likes the jealous, the reaction. I think she gets off on that a little bit. So I think she was a little bit, jealous. I mean, not jealous, but a little disappointed that she did not get all of the theatrics that Eric gave her before. So her date is Clarence. He's a bodybuilder. He's a pro bodybuilder, and I mean, he was cool. He came pulled up in a nice car and all that good stuff. Shoot, I didn't write down the name of. I thought I wrote it down. Hold on. Yeah, I did write it down. I wrote it in the wrong place though. Eric goes out with Tanisha. Now, Tanisha, physically is not Eric's type by his admission, and Jessica said the same thing, but they ended up having a really nice date. Now Tanisha, she's a very bubbly person. She said that she's just one of those people that whatever she think, it come right on out. She don't have no whole lot of cut cards. It gets her in trouble sometimes, but she's just that person. And so they were at the restaurant, and they seemed to be having a really good. Both dates seem to be having a good time, but I really feel like Jessica was really wanting a reaction from Eric. Like, I feel like she was performing for Eric. And Eric got in his day. At first, he was a little off. You could tell he was a little kind of like, what's going on over there, what they doing. But then at a certain point, he got so caught up in his conversation with Tanisha, he really wasn't paying them no attention. Even to the point where Jessica said when they got up to leave, she sort of looked back to see if he was looking at her leave, and he wasn't paying her no attention. Now, later on that night, when he gets home from his date, of course, she's waiting to hear how everything went. And he was honest with her, and he told her, he said, the thing that I did enjoy on my date was we seemed to connect on a different level. Like, we connected, like, on a, like meeting of the minds. And he said that's the one thing that he felt like his relationship with Jessica, their conversations were very surface. And that hurt Jessica. She was crying and she was very emotional. And she said, I thought we were deep. I thought we did have deep conversations, and we did have good conversations. And he was like, yeah, I mean, our conversation just seemed to stay very surface. So I think that was a good aha moment for both of them. And we'll see how they build on that. So that was the two of them. We'll get back to what they said when they was with Dr. Nicole. So then we have Sean and LaRonda. And let me say this. I am over Sean. Because something Dr. Nicole said at the end of this when they all came back together. And I'm going to say it now because if I don't, I'm probably going to forget to say it. She said that Sean is emotionally manipulative. And he very much is. He very much is. And every decision that Sean makes that LaRonda makes is about not rocking the boat with Sean. And I said that last week that I feel like part of the problem is I think that Sean really wants to get out of it, or LaRonda, really wants to get out of this relationship. But I think she is so afraid of what that would do to Sean that she is sort of keeping herself latched in to a situation that I don't think is serving her right now. That doesn't mean she doesn't love him. That doesn't mean that they can't build on something if he learns how to not use his emotions to try to manipulate her. But right now, I don't know. The minute he sees what she has on, he starts. Why you gotta wear that? Oh my goodness. I don't understand. And she was like, it is a dress. I'm going on a date. But it's so short. I can't. Now, mind you, she's standing there ironing his outfit for his date. And I feel like a part of her, I almost feel like a part of her wants him to find a connection with somebody else, so it kind of gives her the out. I feel like she's like, yes, go on these dates. Please find somebody. Please make a connection. Like, I kind of feel like that's how she feels to a certain extent. So Sean goes out on a date with a guy by the name of Sir James. I don't know if that's what his mama named him, but that's what they introduced him as. That's what he is. He is Sir James. And Sean went out with a woman by the name of Brittany, and Brittany is a singer. So they immediately sort of connected on that level because they're both in the showbiz industry, and so they sort of connected with that. Now, honestly, on their date, I feel like LaRonda was trying to enjoy herself on this date, but Sean won't pay no attention to what Brittany was saying. Like, I feel like I don't even know how hard he tried. Like, I don't even know how hard he tried. Now, LaRonda got, and her date got there first. So they had time to sort of kind of talk and have a few, conversations before Sean got there with his date. But once Sean got there with his date, like, it was a wrap. Like, he just couldn't keep his eye off of what was going on over there. He was worried about what was going on over there. He, it just... They ended up leaving. Well, So then we have Darren and Lex. And of course, Darren went out with Kai again. So that was his second date with Kai. And then Lex went out with a guy by the name of Desi, I guess. I think his name was Desi. Now, Darren and his date with Kai, it was very unsuccessful because he could not focus. I mean, once Lex got there with her date, she was looking over there at him. He was looking over there at her. And Lex could not keep her eye. Now, Lex was worse than Sean, honestly. Like, if I had to say who did worse, Lex did worse than Sean. Now, she claimed that she heard her name, and that's why she kept looking over there trying to figure out what her name, why they were saying her name. But I don't feel like it was like that, girl. You were just trying to get a good look at Miss Kai and wanted to know what Miss Kai had going on. And let's be clear, Kai was doing everything in her power to try and give you something to be mad about. Okay, and Darren knew what was going on. He peeped it. He saw the game from both sides, and he was uncomfortable as hell in the middle. Now, Desi kept trying to get Lex to pay attention to their conversation, to stay on their date, and she just couldn't do it. She could not do it. She could not stay focused. She could not keep her eyes on what was going on at her table, and it was both dates for them was a total dud. I mean, a total dud. When, Darren was like, we gotta go. Like, I gotta leave. Like, I can't even be in here. And as they're walking out, Kai grabs his hand and is holding his hand. Excuse me. It's holding his hand. And Lex, again, totally coming out of her date, talking about some, no hand holding. Okay, no hand holding. And again, I feel like Kai was egged on. And Darren was trying to show her, listen, she got my hand. I don't have her hand. It don't matter. You can let go. But he tried to say later on, well, I didn't want to let go of her hand because I didn't want to embarrass her. Listen, she know what she signed up for. She know that you got a whole girlfriend. And that your girlfriend was standing there. And she heard your girlfriend say, no hand holding. Now, granted, at the beginning of this experiment, Dr. Nicole said we're not going to put no parameters and no limitations on each other. If we're going to hold hands, they're going to hold hands. If they're going to exchange social media, they're going to exchange social media. So that is the conversation. But I don't think Lex cared in that moment. So we all come back to Dr. Nicole. And let me go couple by couple. I think I done already kind of covered. Let me go back to Eric and Jessica because I started with them. So Jessica basically was like, she wasn't necessarily threatened when she saw Tanisha. Now, I'm saying this because she saw Tanisha and knew that Tanisha wasn't his type. But when he came home and started talking about how they had a connection and they were able to talk on a deeper level and they had a deeper connection, she got nervous. She got nervous. And it hurt her. It did hurt her. Now both of them decided that they didn't want to go on a date, but I think Miss Jessica was a little nervous that Eric even said it. He said, even though me and her had a good connection as far as the conversation, I'm not attracted to her and it wouldn't work. Like, it's no need me even going on another date with her because I just know that's not going nowhere. LaShawn and LaRonda, or Sean and LaRonda. I keep putting the L. I keep wanting to put the L on the wrong person's name. When Dr. Nicole asked whether LaRonda wanted to go out on a date with the guy again, he's talking about no, she doesn't. She don't want to go out on a date with him. She don't like him like that. And I'm like, how you gonna answer for her? And Dr. Nicole was like, oh, no. That's not what we're doing here. You don't get to answer that question for her. You don't get to make that decision for her. You don't get to tell her what date she is and is not going to go on. That's not fair. That's not fair to her, and that's not fair to this process. But she ultimately decided not to. But again, she hesitated, just like she hesitated last week. And again, I feel like that she really wanted to say yes, but she was nervous about his reaction. And she even said something to that effect as well. And so I'm saying, if you're not going to be fair to the process and he's not going to allow you to be fair to the process, then ain't no need y'all being here. Because y'all not going to get anything out of it. Because I really feel like that this is a couple that may or may not need to stay together. Again, I'm not saying that there isn't any love there. I believe that there is some love there. But I feel like maybe at the end of the day, maybe Sean need to go get some therapy. And I'm not even bullshit. I'm not even being funny. I'm serious. He might need to go get some therapy. Now, we have we have Darren and Lex. Basically, everything that I said about their date, they talked about. And when it was over with, Lex was like, she don't want to go on a date with her guy again. She said he was a nice person. I feel like we could be good friends. He seemed like somebody that I could kick it with, like homeboy kind of vibes. But definitely nothing romantic. Definitely nothing deeper. The flip side is, though, Darren felt like because that date went so horribly bad and he wasn't able to concentrate and they weren't able to really talk and they weren't able to really, that he doesn't feel like he got a fair shot at the second date because it went so bad, and he feel like that he owes it to himself and to Kai for him to do it again so he could see what it was about her the first time that he liked. Darren, you playing with fire, bruh. So we gonna see. Now I'm an episode behind, so I'm gonna try to get caught up and find out what happened, because I feel like you playing with fire, bruh. Anyway, that's what it was. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.